the media and the Democrats are positively evil. Here's what Trump actually said. Let's start with that.
Mexico has taken over a period of 30 years, 34% of the automobile manufacturing business in our country. Think of it, went to Mexico. China now is building a couple of massive plants where they're going to build the cars in Mexico and they think that they're going to sell those cars into the United States with no tax at the border. Let me tell you something to China. If you're listening, President Xi, and you and I are friends, but he understands the way I deal, those big monster car manufacturing plants that you're building in Mexico right now, and you think you're going to get that, you're going to not hire Americans, and you're going to sell the cars to us. Now, we're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars. If I get elected, now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole, that's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it. But they're not going to sell those cars. They're building massive factories. A friend of mine,
And of course, all over leftist media, they're claiming the following. The Times of Israel, Trump warns of bloodbath if he is not elected. Rolling Stone, Trump says there will be a bloodbath and elections will end if he isn't reelected. Forbes, an even darker Trump, warns of bloodbath if not elected and calls some migrants animals and not people. Yeah, that's what he said there. KABC TV, Trump says there will be a bloodbath if he loses, ramps up anti-immigrant rhetoric.
That language, they live like vermin. Do you believe that that is, as your Republican colleague Chris Christie has said, neo-Nazi rhetoric?
This is a classic mainstream media move. Pick some individual phrase of Donald Trump, focus on literally that word without actually interrogating the substance of what's at issue.
The word was chosen for a reason.
We are in the middle of a cultural war in this country.
And then all over MSDNC and the various leftist TV networks run by the CIA and the Democrats, they were waging their war trying to frame Trump.
He's talking about a bloodbath for America. It's laid out in the terms of it. And these idiots on Twitter, these idiots on cable news, these idiots on Sunday shows going, well, President, you know, he was talking only about the auto industry and this is one more. It's just bullshit. Let me say that at 6:15 a.m. It's just bullshit. He knew what he was doing. We're not stupid. Americans aren't stupid. He was talking about a bloodbath. Sometimes a bloodbath means a bloodbath. And when he finishes by saying, and that's just going to be the least of it, seriously, these people may be stupid. We're not.
Because no one's ever used the term bloodbath in any other way other than literal before, right?
But as Politico.com reports tonight on the, quote, bloodbath at the RNC.
Headlines calling it a, quote, bloodbath.
Be a bloodbath. Not only is it going to be a bloodbath, but after they leave New Hampshire, it's a bloodbath on her home turf. That's really tough.
Trump has left a lot of corpses in his wake. I mean, we can count the bodies
as part of the, quote, MAGA drive to take over Maricopa County. And the headline refers to it as an impending bloodbath.
Columnist Charles Blow has a new piece for the New York Times entitled A Biden Bloodbath.
2018 midterms, you can bet that they 100% are fearing a slaughter. In fact, the word bloodbath and massacre come up frequently.
The Republican Party will be destroyed. It's going to be a bloodbath.
There's going to be a bloodbath one way or the other.
Bloodbath for Bernie Sanders.
It was a bloodbath in the crypto market. The stock market had a bloodbath. The housing prices, they're falling dramatically. It's a bloodbath out there for realtors. My point is the following. If you're going to continue to believe the media, you are doing so at your own peril. My friend's mother came to him and reported that Trump said that there was going to be a bloodbath if he wasn't elected because she's watching CNN. My friend calmly explained to her this wasn't the case and showed the full clip. But this is how they go about earning their votes. And I say earning in quotation marks because they are lying and they are clearly evil beings. How can you possibly take what I showed you at the beginning when it's clear that he is referencing the auto industry, the economy, and frame it in such a manner. I don't understand who cannot see this. Please, if you don't see this and you think that I'm wrong, explain why in the comment section below. But I have no clue who continues to trust the media and how we don't realize that these are individuals who have had their souls sucked out of them, that have sold it for a few $1 million to the deep state. And they're doing this against somebody who could potentially come in and clean up America, but that's not what they want, because they want their hands on the levers of power. They want to be able to distribute our tax dollars to the pharmaceutical companies, to clamp down on free speech, to allow people into houses squatting versus the rights of the homeowner in the name of equity, because they have moral clarity for the entire nation, for the world. And if only we would listen to them as they preen their bright social justice feathers for all to see, then we would be better off. But this is a necessary evil that they must do in order to avoid somebody usurping and taking the reins of power from them and heading us into a different direction. These are smear merchants. That's what they are. I hope that you guys stop believing them. So share this video with somebody who could possibly continue to believe this mainstream narrative that they are indoctrinating people like my friend's mother with, so that she shakes her head and blindly votes for Democrats before knowing the truth. Keep the truth hidden. It's becoming increasingly more difficult in the internet age. And this is why they are waging lawfare against Elon Musk and Twitter and trying to take him out. Let me know your thoughts. Peace.